very happy Women's Day, no doubt. Celebrate not just once, but always. But what I have come across why we celebrate International Women's Day is not just for ourselves, but we celebrate older generations, our ancestors who have actually worked so hard to get the privileges that we have today. You know, people have fought for voting rights, people have fought for education, and so not. And International Women's Day is to actually remember them. And I have actually come across a lot of women who couldn't actually fight or couldn't understand what PMS is or what PMDD is. And kudos to Heal Cycle that now we are actually understanding what PMS is and what PMDD is. And actually, we're creating a support group where like minded people can understand each other and not tell people that to PMS mein hai, just don't, क्या बोलते just don't think a lot about it, काम में लग जा, देखो कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा and blah blah blah. We really need to understand all of these things are actually hormonal imbalances in our body, and we are going through a health issue, and it's really need to be addressed, and Heal Cycle is doing that. So yeah, a very big kudos to Ananya and everyone who is helping her, and a very happy Women's Day once again. And without further ado, let's just get into the topic because it's a very vast topic. I know a 1 hour session won't do justice, but I will try my level best to make you all understand and give you some takeaways which will help you go do what you can all do. And yeah. So I hope my screen is visible to all of you. If someone can tell me if it is.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah, it is. All right. So we are going to talk about hack your hormones with nutrition. Anything and everything that we are going through is a hormonal issue. And in women, it is very important to understand that every phase of our life is a hormonal imbalance or balance. Like when you're born and until the time you start with your first period, we call it before puberty. That is the time when your hormones are building, your body's growing. And nowadays we are seeing a lot of insulin resistance around that age in women, but that is the age when your hormones are actually building and your hormonal body is, your reproductive organs are growing so that these hormones can build and you can have menstrual cycles every month. Then when you start with periods, that's the puberty. Wahan pe every 15 days your hormone cycle changes. So that's also a phase. Every month we go through hormonal changes, and not just the phases of life. So puberty when we are these reproductive years, every time our menstrual cycle goes through a different changes. And believe me, PMS and PMDD, when we talk about those of us who have PMDD require have nutrient required different on the first 15 days and nutrient required different in the other 15 days. So such hormonal imbalances can also make changes in your nutrition requirement, and nutrition plays such an important role that I have seen symptoms better up with these changes every 15 days. Then we come in, then the next phase comes in pregnancy, then comes perimenopause, and then menopause. Even perimenopause and menopause require different nutrition content and nutrition requirements for women because hormonal imbalances happen around that time. A little tweak here and there in nutrition and your hormones can actually be hacked. Believe me, we really think that we go really beyond like medicines, doctors, and supplements and a lot of things, but घर के kitchen में you can hack your hormones. कितना सही? That is what we are going to understand now. Why hormonal health matters? That is what I actually talked. Hormones are chemical messengers that regulate various body functions such as metabolism, mood, energy levels, digestion, and reproduction. Yes, mood is actually taken care by hormones because it's the hormones. If they are good, your gut health is good. Your gut health will release serotonin, the neurotransmitter, which makes your mood good. And that's how when your mood is good, you don't face, anxiety issues or disturbances in your sleep. So hormonal health is important on all of these stages. And women, as I said, go through various hormonal changes. And if there is a lot of hormonal imbalance, fatigue, low energy, mood swings, anxiety, depression, PCOS, irregular periods, infertility, hair loss, sleep disturbances are few things that we go through when hormonal hormones are imbalanced. And nutrition plays a crucial role in stabilizing hormones naturally. Trust me, nutrition is the key to balancing, stabilizing all your hormones, and actually preventing all the non-communicable diseases, or also reversing some of the non-communicable diseases like hypercholesterolemia, pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, hypothyroidism in some cases, high blood pressure in some cases. You can actually reverse them as well, or prevent yourselves. These are some non-communicable diseases. Also, some of the new diseases that I've come across, not new, but actually the prevalences of these diseases was very less in around 2000, but now in 2025 they are very common. The first one is varicose veins. Varicose veins is one of those diseases which I had first seen in one of my teachers in school when I was in class 6. And varicose veins तब होता है जब आप बहुत लंबे समय तक के खड़े होते हो, तो varicose veins होता है. But now every 8th to 9th women out of 10 has varicose veins, and it is actually very painful. Your calf muscles, your ankles, they pain a lot because of the blood and vein problems. So you all can actually prevent all of these problems just by having good nutrition. And good nutrition, say, I don't mean diet. We are not trying to eat here. Understanding key hormones in women health. Insulin is the very important hormone. It's not just in women health, but in every person. Uh, every living person, insulin is very important. If your body is not making insulin, that means you have type 1 diabetes. You have to take insulin from from external sources. That is what we call type 1 diabetes. Insulin, if body is making too much, then your body is into insulin resistance. If it is not regulating glucose, then it's type 2 diabetes. If insulin resistance happen, your ovaries don't work properly, and you might have PCOS. Estrogen, progesterone are reproductive hormones. They control your menstrual cycle, pregnancy, menopause. Imbalances can actually can cause PMS, that is premenstrual syndrome, PCOS, infertility, endometriosis, PMDD. Endometriosis, this is March is always celebrated as World Endometriosis Awareness Month. This is when your endometer is a is a lining surrounding your ovaries, and if there is a breakage, or there is some inflammation in the endometrial lining of your ovary, there is a lot of pain around in your tummy, cramps kind of, and it can happen at any point of time, not necessarily during periods. It is more during periods, but it pains a lot, like such pain that it's like someone is actually trying to so this is what happens if estrogen and progesterone are imbalanced. Cortisol is a stress hormone, because of which you have disturbed sleep. And whenever cortisol hormone is high, you have either of the four things: diabetes, type 2 diabetes, or insulin resistance. Um, High weight, you gain weight at a very high level, disturbed sleep, and high blood pressure. If any of the four of the things are happening, your stress levels are at a higher range, and you should actually take care to have stress management techniques. You should use some, and you should actually try to reduce your cortisol levels. Cortisol affects energy, digestion, sleep, and fat storage. Chronic stress leads to belly fat, cravings, anxiety, high blood pressure, high sugars. Thyroid hormones are metabolism regulator. They regulate energy levels, metabolism, weight, hair health. They actually they actually regulate cardiac health as well. Imbalances leads to hypothyroidism as well as hyperthyroidism, fatigue, slow metabolism, etc. So these all are things that happen because of all of these hormones are what we actually look into when we talk about women's health. And anything in imbalance, all of these things can create a lot of problems. But trust me, when you want to regulate them, a balanced diet plays a very important role because gut hormone connection is something very important. 80% of your immune system is in the gut, and if you are immune to like if your immunity is so boosted, so healthy, if your immune system is so healthy that you don't get affected by infections, you don't then there won't be any inflammations, and if there is no inflammation, there won't be any problems related to hormonal imbalance because your gut, your immunity is so strong. So when 80% of your immune system is in the gut, your gut needs to be very healthy. And when it's healthy, your gut health will affect hormones in a positive way. There's biases that is bad, but when your food style, your lifestyle doesn't help to grow the good bacteria, the trillions of good bacteria in your gut. In fact, our junk lifestyle, our sedentary lifestyle, not much of active lifestyle, actually helps this biases. That is, helps bad bacteria to grow, and which actually disrupts our estrogen level, leads to inflammation, bloating, and weight gain. So this is very important. Whatever you are eating is what goes into the gut, gastrointestinal tract. That is our gut. That is our tummy. And if good things go, good bacteria grow, and your hormones are healthy, your gut, your hormones are balanced. But if bad bacteria is growing, this bias is happening, all of the problems will happen. So it's very important to have foods to improve our gut health, which include prebiotics, probiotics, fiber-rich food, hydration. Let's get into nutrition in further details. So, for this, for gut hormone connection, for better hormone health, we really need to have a holistic lifestyle, which does not just contain nutrition. Being from a nutrition background, I have said that nutrition plays a very important role, but it's not just nutrition that will help you, but also we need to actually do physical activity because recent publication says sitting is the new smoking. So now what does this mean? Like you read, smoking is injurious to health, sitting is injurious to health. So you really need to, it's not just, so basically, if you're working out in the morning, going to the gym, you're working out 2 hours, more than 2 hours in the gym, and then once you come back and you're sitting for hours and hours, this is also very injurious to health. Work out for 45 minutes in the morning, but then keep active, stand up, walk a little every 2 hours so that your blood circulation is happening, your body moves, your cells get to actually breathe in good, and that's how you can actually have a have an active body, which will help you reduce your cortisol levels. Third is mind and emotions. It is very important to reduce your stress levels. Every other person is stressed, every other person is not sleeping well, there are sleep cycle issues, but it's very important to manage your sleep cycle because sleep actually helps repair and rejuvenate a lot of things in our body. And once you actually all of the rejuvenation happens, you can have a better healthy lifestyle, sustainable healthy lifestyle. And that's how we are going to discuss all these 3 to 4 pillars in detail in the next few slides. But nutrition, when we talk about nutrition, a dietitian doesn't tell you to go on a diet. Believe me, diet doesn't mean dying to eat. Diet is a staple food of a particular community or a particular area. How many of you might have heard that the diet in South is more of rice, the diet in Maharashtra is more of chapati and more of wheat, and that is what diet is. And diet doesn't mean dying to eat. If some days I'm not eating a burger, I'm not on a diet. I am actually choosing to eat right. I am choosing good nutrition for myself. And you don't need to feel guilty to choose health for yourself. Let's change the narrative behind not eating and eating. So, yeah. So when we talk about nutrition, we have 6 to 7 nutrients in our diet. First is carbohydrates, second is protein, third is fat. These are the three macronutrients. Then we come into micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and water. One of the nutrients we always forget is we are always neglect is fiber. But believe me, fiber is the most important nutrient. Even when we talked about gut hormone connection, there was something rich, eat fiber rich food to improve your gut health. If you can see here, fiber is so important. Fiber should be the major portion of your meal. I always say, if you have ever read my Instagram post, or if you ever read my LinkedIn post about nutrition, I always say, if you want to eat a balanced diet and you have a thali at home, half of your thali should be filled with fiber, with vegetables. One fourth of your thali should be filled with protein, and the rest one fourth should be filled with carbohydrate with a glass of water. So this is how your balanced diet should look like. In fact, our recommended guidelines say that you should have 30 vegetables per week. And it is very easy to include 30 vegetables per week. One vegetable in your breakfast, one raw vegetable in your lunch, one vegetable with your chapati. So these are three. Three sevens are 21. One vegetable at night. So I say 28 vegetables are done. Two vegetables here and there, and you get into 30 vegetables a week. But I'm sure when you calculate the number of vegetables you eat per week, I'm sure they won't be equal to 30. So make sure that you eat 30 vegetables a week, because when you eat good vegetable, when you eat good fiber, you give a lot of uh, good food in your gut for the good bacteria to grow. When good bacteria grow in your body, your immunity is boosted, your hormones are in balance. These hormones require good nutrition, which is from fiber, from protein, from good fats, that is omega 3 fatty acids. And once you actually get into this sustainable lifestyle, you will prevent yourself from a lot of hormonal imbalances. Okay, make some effort, chew a bit more. I recently came across this thing called bicycle phase syndrome. When the first time bicycle was launched, or when the first time bicycle was invented, ladies were able to do a lot of their work very easily, and then because they got time to mingle around, to socialize around. Men started being a little worried as to they are now making their own groups and doing their work, and so doctors came up with a phase called bicycle phase syndrome. That was to stop them from meeting people, meeting women. But the actual thing behind bicycle phase syndrome is this cells of your cheeks goes palsy. So झुर्रियाँ आती है, अभी से बूढ़े हो जाते हैं तो झुर्रियाँ आती है, फेस ड्रूप डाउन होने लगता है. ये सब चीजों से अगर आपको यू वांट टू prevent your face to go into palsy, into bicycle face syndrome, eat good salad. The more you chew, the more your muscles will work, and the more you can actually stay away from your bicycle face syndrome. Next is water. Second most neglected nutrient is water. Uh, Before I get into drinking of water, here I would like to ask a question. How many of you here in the session drink 2 liters of water every day? Be honest, yeah. But how many of you? Write me. I am in the chat. I am waiting for your answers. Unless until I don't get answer from each one of you, I'm not getting into further details of the session. Yes, how many of us drink 2 liters of water every day? Not me. So honest, Ananya. So it is 2 liters of water is the bare minimum that we should drink for better health, because water is something that water is something which removes all the toxins from your body through urine. Now you will say, I don't eat any toxins. I eat ghar ka khana. I eat organic. I get good things from the farm directly. Right? You eat well cooked food. You wash all your food. You don't keep kal ka khana. You don't eat aaj. You make everything fresh. Understood. You are eating very healthy. But then the breath, the breathing that you are doing, the air that you are breathing, the vegetables that you are bringing might be from an organic farm. But the soil that has come to the organic farm might contain some preservative, some pesticides or something like that. The food grown in those pesticides, though be organic, though be, but still the environment is so polluted at the moment. The water that is coming is so polluted that even though you are making all the healthy choices, your body is getting some of the other toxins. So, to get rid of these toxins anywhere in your food pipe, in your nasal pipe, in your air pipe, you need to keep drinking water so that the toxins inhaled, the toxins eaten from food will go and get flushed off via urine. So you really need to drink water. Also, water is one of those things which is the highest in your body. Your body consists of 70% of water, and it's really important to maintain the 70% because all the like, I don't know if you are people from science background, but and start 8th 9th 10th has been a very long lost time, but we had studied some glycolysis Krebs cycles, some of these cycles in around 8th 9th 10th, wherein we remember that whenever food is broken down into small pieces and the energy is made for the body, uh, water is required for all of these cycles, and water is required for a lot of other things happening in our body. So it's really important that 70% of water remains in our body. If it is not there, your body start saving. अब it's very hot in India. अभी summer start होंगे India में. So now we'll start perspiring. Like we will have sweating. Then we have so whenever you're sweating, the water is lost. So body goes into water retention mode to save water and maintain it at 70. And because water retention happens, you face bloating, you face all the problems. You start facing gases. You have acidity and all of those problems. To get rid of all these gut related issues, keep drinking water every 1 to 1.5 hours. Actually, the rule of thumb is, out of the 24 hours you are sleeping 8 hours, the 16 hours that you're awake, you should drink one glass every hour. But it becomes too much. To 16 glasses of water becomes too much sometimes. So we have reduced to 1.5 hours. So every 1.5 hour you have to drink one glass of water. That means 10 to 12 glasses. That is 3 liters of water. Please drink water. It is very important. Only if today only one takeaway if you take for your hormones to be healthy is drink water. Water is very important. Up now you will say, I don't like the taste of water. Okay, understood. You don't like, drink infused waters. अभी तो mango का season आ रहा है. Add 4 to 5 mangoes in your water bottle. Add watermelon. Add cucumber. Add ajwain. Add lemon pieces. You can add chia seeds. You can take coconut water. You can put ginger in your, and you can drink whatever you feel like. You can have chas, you can have, but just avoid white sugar in any form, and you are good to go. Next comes omega-3 fatty
There was,
acids.
Malvika, there was something in the chat that I wanted to bring up. Is there a difference between the water intake needed in summer and in winter, or should you be drinking the same amount?
No, so basically that's a very good question. Water during summer is required. Like during winters, you can drink around 8 glasses because winters we don't perspire a lot. But during summers, your requirement goes really high, and you should meet the requirement because it's very important. The more water you drink, the more your body is also in the your internal temperature remains good. Okay. Also, now water should also be in moderation. Everything when we talk about nutrition, when we talk about health, should be in moderation. Your thanks for bringing in. It's very important to maintain water, or there is water intoxication also. Like if, there are toxic limits of water. You cannot just go on drinking water, and you go above 5 liters of water, because water will actually then dilute the electrolytes in our body, sodium, potassium, and because sodium goes low, you might go unconscious, you might lose your brain balance and everything. So it's very important to do everything in moderation. In fact, this has happened with one of my friends. I will tell you this story and then I'll go ahead with omega-3 fatty acids. So one of my friend is a Jain. He always does this 7 days purgation, which they usually do. This is a holy week wherein they do fast. The Jain people do fast. And this guy, one my friend, he does water fast for 7 days. He just drinks water, and for 7 days he is just is on water. And 2 3 years back, he lost 11 kgs in 7 days, and that was really good. Like one of the other friend was like, "Wow, yeah, 11 kgs. That is nice. मैं भी करता हूँ." And just listening 7 kgs in 11 days and 7 days water fast, he just heard this, did not take any details, and the other day he started. First day he drank water, he was missing food, but then he kept water. He drank 3 liters of water. Very good. He could do it because we have a glycogen stores. So first day pata nahi chalta hai that you're not eating anything. Second day also he drank more than 3 liters, but it was also within the limits your body could maintain. A third day also he did well. He went a little overboard. Bored ho raha hai, drinking water. Bhook lagi hai, drinking water. On the fourth day, I think he just went overboard with water. More than 7 liters he had drank water, and he just had a fall. So basically, this is what happened, that all the electrolytes in the water just went into all the electrolytes were diluted in the water, and he was like low sodium. He was admitted to the hospital. उसको saline चढ़ा, हमने sodium वाला saline दिया. Then is when he was back to normal. Pollution में क्या होता है? What my friend does is 7 days, 7 glasses of water he drinks. उसमें से 1 or 2 are coconut water. Coconut water contains potassium, sodium. It is full of electrolytes, but and never goes overboard more than 7 glasses of water. So anything non-moderate is unhealthy for your body, even if it is water. So please be moderate. Don't go to extreme limits कि नहीं, आज से पानी पीना है तो पानी ही पीना है, आज से प्रोटीन खाना है तो प्रोटीन ही खाना है. One of my clients was started gymming. उसके trainer ने उसको बोला आपको प्रोटीन बढ़ाना है. He started eating non-veg 3 times a day, and he was actually having acute kidney injury. His creat went on to high within 25 days of working out and having proteins. So be very, very, very vigilant of your body and be very much in moderation. Moderation is the key when it comes to nutrition and health. Next is omega-3 fatty acids. When I started in the field of nutrition, when I started taking really good interest in nutrition, there was a time there comes a time where there is a fad diet ka big boom. Like the 2023 was the millet year, so now there is a lot of boom around millet and everything. So when I started in the field of nutrition, there was this diet called zero fat diet. People were doing water cooking. There was no oil, no ghee while cooking the food. But now the trend is थोड़ा fat तो होना चाहिए diet में. क्यों होना चाहिए? Can anyone here tell me? थोड़ा fat होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए diet में? What do you think? So basically,
I think
Yes, it
some
should be
fat
there
has to
because
be
of
there.
the
थोड़ा तो रहना चाहिए ना.
for the
Yes,
fat
Preeti ji. Yes, Preeti ji. थोड़ा होना चाहिए.
solving vitamins.
Yeah, that is what. We have four fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, K. So when we have these four soluble vitamins and we want them to function well, we need a little bit of fat. So little bit of fat is very important. You cannot go, again, as I say, moderation is the key. You will not go fat free in your diet. Otherwise, these vitamins will not work. So it is very important to have fat, and in fat also omega-3 fatty acids are very important because omega-3 fatty acids are antioxidants in our body. They actually help with boosting your immunity. They increase the good cholesterol, that is HDL. And inflammation, जब बोल रही हूँ कि वो antioxidants है और आपका inflammation कम करते हैं, तो when inflammation कम हो रहा है तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपके हॉर्मोन्स बैलेंस हो रहे हैं. आपका जब हार्मोन इम्बैलेंस होता है तब कहीं ना कहीं आपकी बॉडी में इन्फ्लेमेशन है. ये बहुत ही ज्यादा क्लियर थिंग है और ये इन्फ्लेमेशन को कम करने के पीछे का ही हमारा पूरा न्यूट्रिशन रोल प्ले करता है. तो वो इन्फ्लेमेशन को ही कम करना है. इसके लिए हम गट माइक्रोबायोटा का गुड गट माइक्रोबायोटा बढ़ाना चाहते हैं. हम इसलिए हम फाइबर खा रहे हैं. हम इन्फ्लेमेशन कम करना चाहते हैं तो इन्फ्लेमेटरी टॉक्सिन्स जो हम इनहेल कर रहे हैं, हम खाने से ले रहे हैं, हम उसको वाटर से फ्लश ऑफ कर रहे हैं. वही चीज हम अपने इन्फ्लेमेटरी एलडीएल कोलेस्ट्रॉल को कम करना चाहते हैं. उसके लिए हम नॉन इन्फ्लेमेटरी हेल्दी कोलेस्ट्रॉल को बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, दैट इज एचडीएल. वो बढ़ेगा तो हमारा जो कॉर्टिसोल जो हम बात कर रहे थे, जो लिपिड एंड ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकोस्टेरॉइड है, जो लिपिड डिपेंडेंट है, वो अपने आप कम होगा. स्ट्रेस बस्टर हो जाएगा आपके लिए. तो इसके लिए एड ओमेगा-3 फैटी एसिड्स इन योर डाइट. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and seeds like sesame, flax, and chia should be in your diet. When I now tell about almonds, pistachios, walnuts, quantity is again very important. One time I had actually taken a session like this and told people that almonds low, pistachios low, and they actually went overboard and started having whole bhar bhar ke dry fruits. No, itna nahi khana hai because they also have calories. They will actually add on to your calories, weight gain, and stuff. And these are heat creating dry fruits. So a handful of dry fruits is all that you need to have when we talk about omega-3 fatty acids. So this is how your now next question will definitely be here that which oil should be taken, how much should be taken. So yeah, oil and ghee also are important in our meals. But again, a rule of thumb, our guidelines say that because an oil rather which oil to take rather than actually quality, quantity matters. You can take any oil. You can take extra virgin olive oil. You can take kachi ghani ka oil. You can take any organic oil you want. But it's very important to maintain it at 25 ml to 30 ml. Just because you're taking extra virgin olive oil doesn't mean you can have 50 ml per day. Okay. Just because you are taking a refined sunflower oil, you will take only 25 ml or 15 ml. Nahi. 25 ml is all types of oil. Remember, quality से ज़्यादा quantity matter करती है. Quantity तेल की कम करना बहुत जरूरी है. So next is sub next is सबका favorite protein. We all have heard proteins, right? Is it a hype or is it really important in our body?
It's really important, ma'am.
Yeah, true. So protein is very important because हमारे सर के बालों से लेके तो पैरों के नाखून तक के everything is protein. कितने लोगों ने बालों में केराटिन ट्रीटमेंट करवाया? केराटिन इज नथिंग बट आवर हेयर प्रोटीन. अभी रिसेंटली आई वेंट फॉर अ नेल आर्ट एंड मेरे नेल्स बहुत ब्रिटल है तो उसको स्ट्रॉन्ग करने के लिए आई गॉट अ लिक्विड फ्रॉम द सैलून नियर बाय एंड शी गेव मी द लिक्विड कंटेन्स nail proteins. Everything has protein, and just not our body, but our muscles are protein, enzymes are protein, everything is protein, and so protein really plays a very important role. In fact, हम हमारे बॉडी में एक्सक्रीशन के लिए भी प्रोटीन की रिक्वायरमेंट है. हम एक्सरसाइज करते हैं, हमारा फैट मेल्ट होता है. फैट इज नथिंग बट लिपिड्स. बट हमारे बॉडी से बाहर जब फैट को भेजना है तो उसको लाइपोप्रोटीन बना के ही भेजना है. तो लिपिड को फैट के साथ जब तक लिपिड मतलब फैट को जब तक आप प्रोटीन के साथ कनेक्ट नहीं करोगे, फैट जो मेल्ट हुआ है वो बॉडी के बाहर नहीं जाएगा. तो हमको एक्सक्रीशन मतलब वेस्ट के लिए भी प्रोटीन की रिक्वायरमेंट है. तो प्रोटीन यू सी इतना ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. पूरी बॉडी बिल्टअप के लिए तो है ही, पर हमारे बॉडी के बाहर फेंकने के लिए भी प्रोटीन चाहिए. आपको क्या लगता है हमारे डाइट में इतना है? बॉडी बिल्टअप के लिए भी प्रोटीन, बाहर फेंकने के लिए भी प्रोटीन है हमारे डाइट में इतना प्रोटीन?
I
यस
don't
और
think so. We have to take some external protein source.
yeah, we need to take protein. We are taking protein. We are now taking we are taking protein 3 times in a day, in breakfast, lunch and dinner. Still, are we meeting that protein requirement that we have?
No.
We are not meeting. Yes, that's true. We are not meeting, and it's very important to meet. So, iske liye it's very important that we at least start having proteins in 3 major meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if we are working out, or if we have any stress factors, or if we have insulin resistance or anything like that, we should take some external supplements as well. But proteins are very important. It is 0.8 grams to 1 gram per kg present body weight is what is required for a better hormone health, for our better health. But again, it's very important to keep it in moderation and not go overboard. Extremes पे नहीं जाना because it can lead to kidney disorders. So proteins हमें काय से मिलते हैं? तो if we are non-vegetarians सारे sources chicken, fish, egg whites, meat सबसे protein मिलता है. If you are vegetarians, milk and milk products are the primary source of proteins. Doodh, dahi, chas, matha, paneer, cheese is what we get proteins from. Moong dal, chana dal, tur dal, सारे sprouts, मूंग, चना, मोठ, बरबटी, ये सब चीजें are secondary source of protein. That is, they contain one amino acid less, but when combined with cereals, they form a complete protein. So whenever you are opting for these secondary sources of protein, try to have a combination of cereal pulse. Like हमारा दाल is pulse, चावल is cereal. When you combine together, they form a complete protein. Cereal and pulse combination. All our traditional dishes, idli sambar, dosa sambar, these all are cereal pulse combination. The most unhealthy cereal pulse combination is chola bhatura. Chola is pulse, Batura is cereal. When they are, this is the most unhealthy thing, but they also form a complete protein. So try whenever you are having proteins and trying to jot down your protein, see when you are taking a secondary source of protein, you combine it with something or the other. Okay. Milk and if you're vegan, then you can actually opt for nut milks, nut butters, and they are good sources of protein. Soy is a very good source of protein for and especially when it comes to PCOS or when your estrogen levels are low, phytoestrogen in soy help with estrogen as well. So yeah, soy is a very good source of protein. Go have it. Again, protein should be, and if needed, do consult your doctor or your clinical dietitian to help you with a protein powder or protein bars, whatever needed. But yeah, um, get your protein sorted.
We had another question about being lactose intolerant. So I guess the types of milks that you can consume or the dairy will change.
So lactose intolerance is something where lactose is the sugar. Lactose is the kind of sugar which you find in dairy products, milk and milk products from cow and buffalo. This lactose, the sugar, a lot of people are allergic to. I have come across lactose intolerance in a lot of people. Also, different kinds of lactose intolerance. Somewhere I have seen people are only allergic to a milk, but they are taking all the other milk products, food, dahi, paneer, cheese. But then some of them are completely intolerant to lactose, so they cannot take any of the products. So yeah, if you have any of the problems related to lactose, then you should actually opt for other milks like soy milk, almond milk, and different kind of milk which don't have lactose. So next is proteins are very important. So this is how your balanced diet should be. Fibers should be very important. Water is very important. Omega-3 fats, carbohydrates from cereals and fruits and everything should be there in a diet. Now we come to what shouldn't be eaten. So three whites are what we shouldn't be eating. Out of these three whites, even if you eat maida and salt, I don't have a problem. Maida is refined. All the unhealthy, empty calories is what we get out of maida. Cake, pastry, cookies, samosa, kachori, bhajiye is what we make out of maida. So if you are actually looking into getting your hormone health better, you are looking into reversing any of the NCDs, then you should avoid maida. But maida still is okay once in 15 days or something like that. But even salt, you cannot go to zero salt. Take salt in as low quantities as you can, but you just मैं usually ऐसा बोलती हूँ स्वाद अनुसार खाने में जितना डलता है उतना ही लो. Don't add extra salt. Don't use raw salt. कच्चा नमक नहीं खाना है. But one thing I really want you to avoid is white sugar. White sugar has 63 side effects in our body. Everything that you're going through, health related, just just see that white sugar is the culprit. Weight gain हो रहा है, white sugar. Hair white हो रहे हैं, white sugar. Early aging हो रहा है, sugar. Mood swings हो रहे हैं, sugar. Everything is because of white sugar in our diet. And now you will say मैं तो लेती नहीं, मेरे को चाय कॉफी पीने की आदत नहीं है. But there are so many things with hidden sugars. Your tomato ketchup has white sugar. Your Lay's chips has white sugar. Your soda has white sugar. Your diet coke तो यार उसमें तो नहीं होना चाहिए. But even it has sugar. Your ice creams have white sugar. We know that your chocolates have white sugar. Your dark chocolates have white sugar. So the more the added sugars, the more insulin resistance. The more insulin resistance, the more fat storage. The more fat storage, the more weight. The more weight, the more hormonal imbalance. So just say no to white sugar. The faster you say no to white sugar, the more better your health is. So now you will ask, jaggery honey chalta hai kya? So no, jaggery and honey are the same. They also create the same problems in our body. They have the same impact on insulin. So yeah, this is here I am saying to say no to added sugars completely. You can have natural sugars from fruits, dry fruits, vegetables, whole grains, no matter what you are taking, but natural sugars are okay. But added sugars in any form is a no. Next is avoiding of reheating of oil.
We have one raised hand and question here. What about sorbitol, etc.? Is it harmful?
Yeah, added sugar in any form. I would always say that artificial sweeteners have not they have not been studied really well. Some people are saying they are carcinogen. Some people are saying limits are that they are okay. So rather than actually going for things which we are doubtful about, go for natural sugars from fruits. You can have, if you want to sweeten something, just take dates. Okay, you can have raisins. You can have figs, and you can make them sweet. So, and secondly, but there was one more question: we should have white dark sugar or not? Read the nutrition label. 70% plus dark sugar is dark chocolate is okay, but still they have added sugars in them. So 70% dark chocolate is dark, but the 30% which remains is sugar. So yeah. Reheating of oil. Reheating of oil is very important to avoid, because when you see when अपने घर पे जो भी oil आया है, the chemistry of oil is in cis form. Okay, there are two types of fatty acids. One is cis fatty acids and one is trans fatty acids. Oils are in cis fatty acids. When you heat them, and we have deep fried. We have made samosas at home today. We heated the oil. We made samosas. पूरा oil खत्म तो होता नहीं है. Oil रहता है. तो फिर हम लोग गैस बंद कर देते हैं, समोसे बन जाते हैं तो, and the oil remains in the कढ़ाई and oil is cooled. Now we want to deep. Now evening mein we again want to eat samosa. We again reheat. We again heat the oil. We put samosas, make samosas. So when you have cooled down the oil and when you have reheated the oil, the chemistry of fats change with reheating of oil, and they are converted into trans fats. The number of times you reheat a particular oil, the more chances are that it contains trans fats. And ये trans fats को digest करने के लिए our body doesn't have enzymes. And so the trans fats are not digested in our body. They just are free floating in our body. And wherever they get places, they settle down. And every time you eat fat, reheated, deep fried stuff, they will free float and set. And then they make plaques. And that is how you get these blockages these days. Yeah, you might be seeing bypass very common these days, blockages very common these days. It is all because our diet contains a lot of trans fats. So we need to avoid the reheating of oil. So now you'll say, so क्या deep fried कुछ खाने का ही नहीं? So I would suggest बाहर का avoid करो, घर का कुछ खाना है तो खाओ, but avoid reheating of oil. Once you have made something deep fried, the oil which is cooled down, use them for salad dressing, use them for something else where you do not need to reheat and eat out of it.
We have a question again in the chat, which is, we have two questions actually. I don't use again for frying, but I use in other things. So is it okay or not?
Other things, right? That is what I'm saying. You can actually, you don't have to put it on gas. You can use it as a salad dressing wherein you're not cooking the salad. You can use it, usually a lot of people put it on chapatis. When the chapati is cooked, once it is out on the plate, you can actually you can put the oil on your chapatis. You can use ऊपर से कहीं पर डालना है तो, but you don't have to reheat. Gas पे उसको फिर से नहीं. So yeah. Second,
the next two questions, I think you can see in the chat. Is air frying okay or microwave heating?
Air frying and microwave heating are also okay. I don't have a problem with them. There are again debates on the same, but air frying requires very less oil. Microwave heating requires a very less oil. They both are really saving time savers, and so you can definitely have them. Again, I would suggest moderation is the key. One meal or two meals a day. Out of the 3 meals, 2 meals if you're doing microwave cooking, that's fine. One should be freshly cooked and eaten. That is what I always say. Next, with this, we complete the topic nutrition and we come into exercise. Exercise, if you all are planning to lose weight or if you're planning to maintain your hormone health, so a lot of you might be on some or the other pills or something like that. So exercise, diet and pills won't work. It's a all way round thing. You need to exercise as well. You need to have a better sleep cycle as well. You need to eat right as well. You have to take pills. This is how your these are pillars. Your house is standing in a pillar. Same, your hormone health is standing on pillars. Just having right nutrition won't help. You really need to do exercise. And I'm not saying कि आज से gym ही चले जाओ. No, if your timings are not helping you, just 15 minutes walk twice a day is good and really helpful. Do it. Start with exercise. You can dance like no one is watching. You can do Zumba, whatever makes you happy. Just going down, so I stay on the 9th floor. I take stairs while going down. This is my kind of activity. If I don't get time throughout the day, I will also, and I'm not walking, I'll take the stairs upstairs also. This is the only activity. Sometimes this is the only activity I'm doing, apart from getting up from my chair every 2 hours and going to another table, talking to my colleagues. The exercise I'm talking about, I will just do up and down from the stairs, and that is also okay. But physical activity every day is a must. At least 5 days a week to karo. Saturday, Sunday, छुट्टी होती है, you want to lazy around, do lazy. But then 5 days a week is very important. Exercise, one of my friend recently went to this Himalayan retreat. Sorry, I'm taking a story. I am someone whenever who takes session, I keep talking about my clients and real time life stories. Recently, a friend of mine went for this Himalayan retreat, wherein she paid 2 lakh rupees residential retreat था वहाँ पे हिमालय में और वहाँ पे you were not allowed to take your phones and everything. It was to reduce your stress. आपका cortisol level down करेंगे. Cortisol level down होने से आपकी आधी से ज़्यादा health problem solve हो जाएगी. So yeah, after 15, 16 days, she came back and she was actually glowing. Her face was all white and her pimples had gone and she was really well. 2, 3 months down the lane, she was back to having the same problems. And you see, so the weather there, वहाँ पे you have gone on a vacation, you don't have your phone, you are stress free. So you are living a very healthy life. But when you come into real time, actual opened work life balance, you cannot go stress free through the things that happen in a retreat. You have to have your stress releasing things with the stress of work and work life balance that we have. And exercise is the actually is the free stress release retreat you can do every day. You don't need to pay anything for the gym. I'm not saying to pay big things for gym or go on these retreats. Just 45 minutes a day. Go for 15 minutes walk, take these stairs, listen to music, and have you have reduced your cortisol levels. Exercise is the free therapy to release your stress. So rather than actually spending 2 lakhs, you can do this free thing and let me know how it works out for you. Then third is mind and emotions. This is very important. Believe me.
Wait, Mark, sorry, we had one or two more questions, so I'll just state them because they're relevant. So one was actually on the nutrition topic itself, which was, again, we were talking about ghee. So it was a question on heating ghee for dal. Is that fine? And then the
No.
second one is on egg. Yeah, sorry, you can take this one first.
So ghee shouldn't be heated. Trust me, the boiling point, the melting point of ghee is very low. So you should always make your dal and ऊपर से add कच्चा ghee. It will melt by itself on the heated ghee. So it's very important. Don't heat ghee and try to use the cold ghee that you have and put it on dals and everything. So in itself, it helps you with the work.
And then we had a question about the exercise part. Okay, what kind of exercise would you recommend? Because there's yoga, strength training, HIIT, and many different kinds of workouts.
So I would always say do exercise as per what your body has. Today I have said to do workout doesn't mean tomorrow you'll go and do HIIT. Okay, HIIT should always be under supervision when you are doing it for the first time. So to start with, I always say, even I do, where I take breaks every few months or something like that, and when I again start, I start slow. So you should start slow. Even when I say walk karna zaruri hai, doesn't mean I have said today to tomorrow you do 10,000. No, start slow. Start as slow as 5,000 steps, and go on increasing in an exponential curve. Today you have done 5,000. Tomorrow do 5,100. In the same time, in the same pace. So you are actually increasing your stamina, but one goal at a time. And do what your body helps. Your body accepts you to do, or you expect your body to do. Don't go overboard yet again, because लेने के देने ना बढ़ जाए. आज मालविका मैम ने बोला एक्सरसाइज करने, कल जाके HIIT कर लिया, परसों पैर दर्द लेके बैठे हैं, इंजरी लेके बैठे. नहीं, you don't have to do that. Be very, very, very cautious with your health and body. It's very important. This is the only place that you have. So, any other questions related to exercise? Now we come to mind and emotions. Believe me, this is your mind is the most important thing. Like खाना पीना छोड़ दो, mind अगर आपका positive है ना, everything is good. Believe me, मैं ये usually normal लोगों के sessions में बताती नहीं हूँ, क्योंकि आई रियली थिंक मेरी बताई हुई चीज को कोई गलत ना ले ले, बट डोंट टेक इट रॉन्ग, बट आई रियली वांट टू टेल दिस थिंग. कोविड के टाइम पे वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड हु इज अ जिम ट्रेनर वाज गोइंग थ्रू अ वेरी बिग फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस. उसका जिम बंद हो गया था, जिम ओनर था, जिम बंद हो गया था, ट्रेनर उसको मतलब देयर वाज नो इनकम लेफ्ट and he had got nothing else except for that gym. And because gyms were closed down, there were no people coming in, उसका income ही नहीं हो रहा था. तो जितना उसके पास था उससे 4-5 months he could sustain. Then someone in his house passed away. He had got into depression. उसके उनके medical conditions और वो सब में a lot of his finances went away. And finally he had got nothing except for 15,000 rupees in his bank account. And now he didn't know when his gym will start again or when other things going to get back to normal, because we were all stressed during COVID. What did he do? He, being a gym trainer, he stopped eating the protein powders and everything that his life used to walk on. He used to eat 2 samosas in the lunch and 2 samosas in the dinner. And always just used to pray that whatever I'm eating, this food is going to help me with all the nutrients that I require. This food is going to help me with all the nutrients that I require, that my body requires. One more time, he used to say that. After some 4 or 5 months, when he got a job and when he got into everything, we first salary say I told him to get his blood reports done, because I was really scared that cholesterol will be high, vitamin D will be low and stuff. You won't believe, everything was normal. Everything, like, the most ideal report you will see. It's just a mind game. कल से आप लोग जाके मत करना, because I'm still against this. But I was just giving you this example because mind plays a very important role. Once you actually make it your goal that you are going to be healthy from today, your hormones are in balance from today, no one can actually make them unbalanced. So it's very important to keep your mind in a positive state all the time. Sometimes it becomes difficult, but bringing it back to positivity is what is important. So for keeping your mind and emotions actually positive, one of the most important thing is sleep well. It is very important. Sleep is the most important part or most important thing in our life. And come se come 7 hours to aim karo. I always say 8 hours, but with the work culture that I am also not able to meet up 8 hours. So now I've reduced it to 7 hours. Aim 7 hours. Take a hobby. No one is too busy scrolling and scrolling cannot be your hobby. So take a hobby wherein you actually forget to check your phone. Ask for help when needed. Please, this is something I can really not stress a lot about. We have a lot of support groups now, which our parents, our grandparents did not have. I started my session with this, that now we have Heal Cycle to help us as a support group for PMS, PMDD. We have support groups for infertility. We have support groups for pregnancy. We have support groups for perimenopause, menopause. This Women Day, let's pledge that we shouldn't be hurting ourselves alone, because we are not hurting ourselves alone. We are not alone out there. We are privileged to have these support groups around our times, and we should take use of them. Reduce screen time. I cannot I can actually take another session on reduce screen time and its importance, because it is so important. These screens that we are seeing all the time creates a blue light on our eyes, and when the blue light is created in our eyes, we think it is still morning. And if it is still morning, our brain, our pituitary gland doesn't make melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone which is very important for you to sleep. And if melatonin is not secreted, you don't get to sleep. And the more you see the more you see the screen, the more blue light, the more morning kind of feeling for the pituitary, the more the zero the melatonin, and therefore you do not sleep at night. To sleep well, to have mind and emotions in control, you need to actually sleep. Need to keep away from screen 1 hour before you sleep. So 7 hours ka aim karo that you will sleep, and 8 hours you will keep away from phone. That is what I always tell my clients to do. Avoid excuses. Weekend cold, no gym dress, no results. Monday, first of the month, no. First of the year, resolutions don't work. Just your mindset. कल से workout करना है, and be it anything, you have to work out 30 to 35 minutes every day. कल से पानी पीना है 12 glass. This is your goal, and be it anything, no excuses whatsoever. And do not compare. Do not compare Malvika and Ananya to different people. You cannot compare us. And do not compare with celebrities. Please, celebrities के साथ comparison will actually land you into depression only. Again, I have one of the real-time stories recently happened with one of my friends. One of my friends is expecting. She's a yoga trainer, and she's expecting via IVF. IVF procedures are very stressful, and so they require a complete bed rest. And so she's not able to do yoga. And now she's so depressed that now I'm not able to move. I'm not able to do yoga, and she's comparing herself with Anushka Sharma. Anushka Sharma, when was pregnant, was doing headstands. अनुष्का शर्मा ने एक फोटो इंस्टाग्राम पे डाला है that she was doing headstands, and you are just comparing her. You're comparing your whole life with one photograph. No, you cannot do that. What she is eating, what she's going through around that time, and that was her first pregnancy. Second pregnancy, that she did not even announce. What was she going through in the second pregnancy? You don't know. Don't compare with anybody, because what you see on Instagram, what you see on social media is just a picture or a 30-second reel. But what goes in and around that, you don't know. Be yourself, be the authentic you, keep that smile, and just reach out whenever you need. With this, thank with this, thank you. Let's embark on a healthy attitude. Health is the wealth we need to cherish. Now more than ever, it's just the health that we need. It's health that we need to prioritize.
Amazing. Do we have, if anyone has any more questions, we are here for a couple of more minutes. But Malvika, that was an amazing session, and I'm sure we all learned so much about not just nutrition, but also exercise, about keeping a positive and healthy attitude and taking care of our mind as well. And you also answered everyone's questions. So thank you so much.
How
Okay,
do you
and
make
with
tadka? So tadka is made. I usually make tadka with oil, and I don't use ghee for tadka.
okay, and for those of you who are new here, we also had people join in quite late towards the end, so I'll just share this once again. That with Heal Cycle, you can now track and take care of your menstrual cycle, hormonal health, make logs of like whether it's food or stress that you want to keep a track of and see how it's affecting you. Get answers to questions with chatting with Tara. And also, there are a variety of tools. Malvika has actually authored several articles on nutrition that are available on the app. There are also affirmations to keep a positive mindset. So you can try this out or just join the community as well just by scanning this QR code or just take a screenshot or picture. So we keep doing these sorts of webinars or other events as in addition to the Heal Cycle app, which is available through this link.
Ma'am, may I go with a question verbally?
Yes. Yeah.
Ma'am, this question is addressing to Malvika, ma'am, and it goes like I used to cycle a lot in Corona time period, and before that also. So now, would you advise me to, like, I have gained weight a lot. So one of the doctors advised me to go to the gym, and so would you suggest me to do a gym workout or cycling, cycling and mobility, like exercises?
Like I said, cycling and mobility is so whatever. So if you're going to work out, it's very important with the way that you have gained, you go for a personal trainer. Don't do anything. No weight training should be done by yourself because it's very important to keep your muscles in check. And trainers help you work out really well with the weights. So if you can afford, definitely gym is the very good thing. The strength training is, without a question, the best thing you can do for yourself, the best thing you can invest for yourself in. But if it is not doable at the moment, then start with cardio, cycle a little, go for mobility workouts, reduce a little weight, then go to the gym. Then what you did today, you might need a personal trainer for 3 months. Later you might need a personal trainer for a month, and then you will be so good with your workouts, your stamina, your strength, that you can do it later by yourself. So rather than actually asking me, just actually, I always suggest that you be your own trainer, your own dietitian, and self introspect yourself and actually come out with your questions. Is the cycling helping you? Cycling a lot many times with high weight puts a lot of pressure on the knees, and I have actually seen a lot of people have those knee breaks and knee problems with cycling. So if you don't have any of those problems, or if you want to avoid those problems, then do wear kneecaps when you're cycling and work out.
Definitely, ma'am. Your insights were very helpful for me, and the session was very grateful for me. In fact,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ananya, for giving me this opportunity. I really look forward to helping women and being there for them with all the problems that they go through. If you have any queries after the session as well, you can reach out to Ananya. She'll definitely send in her questions to me. If I am not able to answer your questions, I have a lot of seniors. I have a community of dietitians, doctors, physiotherapists to ask your questions and get back to you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Malvika, again for your time and for being here with us. And happy Women's Day to everyone who's here. I hope you're able to celebrate in some small way. And we all learned a lot today, so we can take some of these tips and learnings forward in our journey through the rest of the year. Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone.